All right, welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live on SABC2. Now, multi-award-winning South African actor and respected playwright, Paul Slabolepszy, has released a new play called Suddenly the Storm. The show premiered on the 7th of June 2016. And when launched, it was aimed to coincide with the 40th anniversary of the Soweto Uprising of 1976, with shows like Karoo Grand, Boo to the Moon, and Saturday Night at the Palace under his belt. This production is Slabolepsky's first play since 2009 and has returned to the stage as an actor since 1997. Well, he's here to tell us more about this latest production. Paul, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Oh, thank you. Nice to be here.
Why the decision to return to the one place that you love more than anything?
Well, the market for me is my home from home.
Yeah.
My first big hit, Saturday Night at the Palace, in 1982, when the building had trains chugging past. So I have a big history there, and I've done about 6 of my new plays there. And so for me, it is. In fact, it is. It's 18 years since I've performed at the market, and it's just fantastic.
Suddenly the Storm, what is it about?
Well, Suddenly the Storm, this is one play I cannot give away anything other than the fact that Namhla Gumede arrives at a house on the plots in Kuruleni to find answers to questions that have laid buried for 40 years.
Yeah.
She was born on the 16th of June, 1976, and her life, she spent a lot of her life in exile, and she comes to this one particular man who's married to a young woman to find out what has happened in her past. And it's horrible to give away such a small bit, but you have to come and see the play to see what happens. And it's a very powerful play. I mean, the first 4 previews we've had standing ovations, people talking in the foyer, debating, and it covers all the issues of our country. You know, it's 20 years of apartheid, 20 years of the new democracy. Those are the two. And it takes place today, but it explores our history and where we are now and where we're going.
What has been the biggest or the greatest compliment that you've received about Suddenly the Storm so far? I mean, the previews, yes, but what do they say? Well,
I'll tell you, there's one, we had a question and answer session. We sometimes do this with previews, and one member of the audience said he hadn't been to the theatre for 7 years, but when he saw this play, he wants to come again now and see. Because for me, you know, theatre is, there's nothing like theatre. You know, television, movies, you're watching a screen. You're not part of the whole thing. But when you're watching a play, it's like listening to stories, like listening to a storyteller. And the cast and the audience are one. It's like a communion. And for me, the theatre is the place where stories should be told.
What were the highlights of putting Suddenly the Storm together?
Oh, there were so many. Working at the market again, so fantastic. James Ngobo is just such a great guy. I've known him for many, many years, and he's got such a thing going at the market. There's such a vibe going there, and it's wonderful for audiences coming there. It's just been fantastic, the whole experience from beginning to end, and we're having a wonderful time.
What do you want your audience to take away from Suddenly the Storm?
I want them to take away questions about where we are. Racism is very much in the air at the moment. And this play looks at it head on, and it unpacks a whole lot of things. I want audiences to go away with positivity, knowing that we have a great future, and that South Africa is the place to be in the world today. I've always said, this is my country, I love it. People said, why don't you work internationally? South Africa is where it's all at. Yeah.
What does it feel like to be back at the market?
Just stunning.
Yeah.
You know, Barney Simon, who died many years ago, I feel his spirit there. I walk into the market. I feel like Bill Flynn, a colleague of mine of 40 years. Bill worked at the space. Fats Debeko, we did Saturday Night at the Palace together. I walk in. In fact, it's very interesting. The theatre I'm performing in now at the moment is where we did Palace, the same theatre.
Okay.
And Billy was alive, and Fats was alive. And Bobby, the director's working, I'm working, and Wesley France is doing the lighting. So 3 of the team of 5 are there. But the ancestors are watching, so it's fantastic.
Always.
It's always, and it's fantastic.
All right, so give us times and ticket prices.
Okay, well, it starts 8:15 from Tuesday to Saturday. Sundays, 3:15 matinee, so I've got to go and perform now.
Yeah.
And I think prices range from 90 Rand early in the week to, I think, 190 at the weekend.
All right, Paul, it's always so great to have you in the studio.
And thank you.
Paul, thank you so much talking to us about his latest production, Suddenly the Storm, on at the Marco Theatre. Don't miss it, Sundays at 3:15.